This is the news cycle on Global Television. Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV's news cycle live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Judith Peters. On the news, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the appointment of the governing board and management team of the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, for a renewable term of 4 years. In accordance with Section 2(3) of the FEMA Amendment Act 2007, Engineer Imam Ibrahim Kashim as chairman of FEMA board, managing director of FEMA. Engineer Chukwuemeka Agbasi, Yusuf Lawan Otman, NATO member FMW Engineer Ibe Tana Manasa, member FROSC ACM Shehu Mohammed, and others. The president, however, said he expects the new appointees to achieve integral and competent service delivery, given the central role that the institution will play in the sustainable health of growth, enabling infrastructure nationwide. As well, the president still on Friday approved the appointment of new chief executive officers of some agencies and parastatals under the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. In a statement released on Friday by the presidential Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Anjari Ngalale, the appointment is in line with Tinubu's resolve to base Nigeria's economic revival on the foundation of trade expansion through small, medium and large-scale industry facilitation in the country. The appointments take immediate effect. Those appointed are Hussaini Ishaq Magaji San, Corporate Affairs Commission, Afis Ogun Oluwatoyin Industrial Training Fund, Kamar Bakrin National Sugar Development Council, Olufemi Oguyemi Nigeria Export Processing Zone Authority, and Noye Ayene Nigeria Export Promotion Council, among others. The statement added that President Bola Tinubu expects all new appointees in this critical sector to optimally deliver in accordance with new key performance indicating benchmark as established by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. Tinubu still has pulled the Federal Capital Territory Administration FCTA out of the Treasury single account. TSA effectively paving way for the Nyesom Wike-led FCTA to utilize the territory's internally generated revenue IGR for the development of the nation's capital. At a news conference on Friday in Abuja, Wike also disclosed that the president has approved the creation of the FCT Civil Service Commission to allow for staff career progression. As well, the Nigeria First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has pledged President Bola Tinubu's commitment to restoring the country's greatness. She made this known at the State House, where she received the ambassador of the United Arab Emirates (UAE) to Nigeria, Salim Said Al Masi. Subarat Usman has details.
Senator Oluremi Tinubu commended the UAE for the confidence and likeness they had expressed towards Nigeria and her citizens. The First Lady also thanked the Chief Executive Officer of the UAE NGO, Noor Foundation, Dr. Manal Tariam, for all it had done for the country, especially in its intervention in Katsina State in the last 4 years.
We thank God for the new discovery, new innovations that, the world is really embracing, which has really helped a lot of people. Thank you so much for the school high screening for students. It's very, very important. Like you said, with all that, it will definitely affect productivity and also, economic impact, which you described. And sight is very, very crucial for anyone. And I pray that, the distribution of glasses, I think you'll do that in Lagos as well, So I can just thank you for all that Noor Foundation has brought to Nigeria. We look forward to more states being impacted by, your gesture.
Earlier, Tariam says his organization, through the provision of free cataract treatment and other eye-related surgeries, treated a lot of people with eye problems in Katsina State.
We've also measured the academic performance of the students and the teachers. And one of the results that we found out that there's an increase in the academic attention of the students in class that increased to around 85%, which means that a simple treatment of refractive error by providing eyeglasses to students kept them in school and make them academically better. And this year, the program comes to an end. When we say it comes to an end, that doesn't mean that we're going to close it down, no. But we're going to hand it over to the state government. And we're going to work with them by providing free surgeries to those who need it. But everything else is going to continue under the governance of the state government.
Recalled about the First Lady and her guest acknowledged that the visit was very significant. Sobora Usman, Global Television News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Thursday approved the appointment of Mr. Ola Olukoyede to serve as the executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for a renewable term of 4 years in the first instance. Pending Senate confirmation, this comes nearly 4 months after he suspended the Airways Anti-Graft Agency chief, Mr. Abdulrasheed Bawa. A statement by Anjari Ngalale, President Tinubu's special advisor on media and publicity, says Olukoyede appointment follows the resignation of the suspended executive chairman of the EFCC, Abdulrasheed Bawa. Saudi Arabia says it is committed to strengthening ties with Nigeria ahead of the Saudi African Summit, which is scheduled to hold in November 2023. The country's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Adel Al-Jubeir, said they look forward to hosting President Bola Tinubu at the summit. The Saudi minister added that he paid a visit to President Tinubu to convey the greetings of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia and the Prime Minister of the Kingdom, Mohammed bin Salman. Agbamofuegbe completes the story.
The Saudi special envoy to Nigeria, while briefing State House correspondents after meeting with the Nigerian leader, said Arabia is cooperating closely to deal with the several challenges such as climate change, issues around sustainable development goals, and combating extremism and terrorism.
Adel Al-Jubeir, I had the great honor and the pleasure of visiting with the President of Nigeria to convey to him the greetings of His Majesty, the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and His Royal Highness Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz. We discussed bilateral relations. Our two countries have enjoyed historic and very positive ties. We cooperate in virtually all areas. We have very strong people-to-people ties. We are members of OPEC, and we are also members of the Organization of Islamic Countries. We have very strong tribal and familial ties, and we believe that we are very cooperating very closely.
Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, said Nigeria seeks to strengthen ties with Saudi Arabia in the area of hydrocarbon production and energy transition.
As a special envoy of His Royal Highness, the King and the Crown Prince, to discuss matters of bilateral relations between Saudi Arabia and Nigeria. And as you know, we've had very, very good and close relations with Saudi Arabia going back decades. So this further strengthens the relationship. There are several areas that were discussed. We're both hydrocarbon producers. We're both responsible hydrocarbon producers. We're looking at the future. We're looking at energy transition. The minister actually also pointed out that there was a need to do more in terms of our cultural relations, and we have a lot in common.
Uyi Agbamofuegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
Abayomi Arabambi, the National Publicity Secretary of the Lamidi Apapa-led faction of the Labour Party LB, has alleged some discrepancy in the academic certificate of its presidential candidate Peter Obi. Addressing a press conference today in Abuja, the LP's national spokesperson alleged that Peter Obi had different names on his credentials from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and the National Youth Service Corps discharge certificate. Kikelomo Okere has details.
The National Publicity Secretary, Labour Party, alleged that the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Gregory, has been alleged to be using his senior brother's certificate and name all this while. He described the act as dubious, deceitful, and misleading to Nigerians. Araba further condemned the action of the former Labour Party presidential candidate on the World Press Conference on Wednesday, October 11, 2023, where he accused the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of using fake identity. He says his action has levied war against the President of Nigeria. He further described action as treasonable felony, which is punishable by law.
And that the name written on Peter Obi academic certificate from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, was different from the name on his NYSC certificate of the former governor and his wife's certificate. Mr. Obi claimed in his comedy press statement that, and I quote, "I will not just start by giving you my academic record. I will start by introducing myself." Now, some questions are now begging for answer as follows. Who is Peter Owubuasi Obi? The name, he said, it was given to him by his parents. 2. Who is Obi Gregory Owubuasi on the WAEC 1970 certificate? 3. Who is Obi Gregory Peter company name Owubuasi on the NYSC certificate? And finally, who is Gregory Peter Owubuasi Obi on his University of Nigeria Nsukka certificate? These are different 4 names that contradicted what he claimed in his press statement.
He also alleged threat to his life for exposing discrepancies in Peter Obi's credentials.
One, even up to this morning, not to grant this press conference by Peter Obi and Julius Aburi. Yes, they said I risk losing my life. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should note that should anything happen to me and my family, the Inspector General of Police must be put on notice that Mr. Peter Obi and Aburi are to be arrested for my assassination. There is no need for any investigation, as that may be silenced anytime soon by them. I implore the IGP and the DSS to watch me closely so that I will not be killed for saying the truth.
The faction therefore urges the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party to allow the Supreme Court to adjudicate on the veracity of the issues raised in the President's certificate saga. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News.
The Commissioner of Police FCT, CP Harun Garba, has assured residents of the Federal Capital Territory that his leadership will intensify operations to curb crime and criminality in the territory. CP Harun Garba made this known while parading 9 suspects who were involved in various crimes in Abuja. Kikelomo Okere has details.
Addressing journalists in Abuja, CP Haruna reels out that, acting on credible intelligence, police operative from Biaji Division trailed and arrested one Chukwudi Ernest Ezirike, a wanted one-chance terrorizing Kubwa Zuba Expressway. He says, in a related development, the command has created anti-one-chance squad to curb the menace of robbery, especially one-chance activities within the Federal Capital Territory, saying 10 vehicles suspected to be used for one-chance activities within the FCT has been arrested.
We try our best to make sure that there is sanity. As we are arresting and removing them from the streets, they are also assisting them to get some of their members. So, by the grace of God, this one chance of a thing will be a thing of the past. But we require your collaboration and support. If you see something happening, we have our number on the public domain. Call us and let us know.
Some of the suspects attest to the crime which they are accused of.
So when I came back, I was with my sister herself. When I want to enter the bike, I see police just like that. I said, what is the problem? They said, until I reach station. I said, what is the problem? They said, until I reach station. So reaching station, they said there is a complaint against me. I said, who is that person? He he called one number, and the person responded that for the last 4 months ago, he entered a vehicle, his phone lost. I said, it's me. They said I should wait until the person come. Up to now, I haven't seen anybody. So I was detained there. The next day, the team of SAS people come and carry me from there. Said they're transferring the case. They started beating me. I should confess. I said, confess for what? So my brother, up to now, I haven't seen anything.
So practically, the complainant is
nowhere to be nowhere to be found.
The gun is just for robbery.
So how many people don't rob? How many people don't kidnap?
Yeah, this is the first time. Yes, this is the first time. Then even when they go, one shop who they want to rob, the person is already closed up. So they are just took the operation for tomorrow. Then one of them is on his way to going home. Then the vigilantes arrest him and give him to police.
However, several arms and ammunition were recovered. The CP reiterated the command's commitment and willingness to always work with residents of the Federal Capital Territory to defeat crimes in all forms in the territory. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News, Abuja.
Still in the news, the senator representing Anambra South, Ifeanyi Ubah, has dumped the Young Progressive Party, YPP, for the All Progressive Congress, APC. The president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, announced Ubah's membership of the ruling party on the floor during Thursday's plenary. Senator Ubah, according to the Senate president, cited inconsolable differences as reason for leaving the YPP. Sandra Akpa has details.
Addressing newsmen shortly after plenary, Senator Ubah explained that his decision is in the interest of his constituents.
Almighty God, I want to thank Almighty God for a day like this. My passion and my vision in politics is to always give value to my constituents. And I think in this movement, it is all about the betterness of my constituency and those who have a lot of confidence in my renewed vision to see how I can contribute towards the development of Nigeria and then as well to my constituency.
Senator Ubah was elected under the Young Progressive Party, YPP, in 2019 and re-elected under the YPP in the recently concluded 2023 general election. Sandra Akpa reporting for Global TV.
Many persons were found dead after a petrol-landed tanker exploded in the Sarigamu area of Lagos State on Thursday evening. The cause of the explosion is yet unknown, but officials of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services were at the scene to combat the fire. The spokesperson for the rescue services, Shakiru Amodu, in a brief statement said the tanker fire was being put out. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority also confirmed the incident in a post on Twitter handle, now known as X handle. As well, the Nigeria Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has predicted dust haze and thunderstorm from Friday to Sunday across the country. NIMET's weather outlook released on Thursday in Abuja forecast those haze on Friday will visibly range of 2 kilometers to 5 kilometers over the northern region. According to NIMET, all airline operators are advised to avail themselves of weather reports and alert periodically from NIMET from effective planning for their operations. A former minister, Bello Metaima Yusuf, is dead. Yusuf, a former senator from 1999 to 2007, died in the early hours of Friday in Kano at the age of 76. A family friend of the deceased, Hussaini Dahatu, who confirmed the death, said that the funeral prayer of the Salduna would take place after Jumat prayer at the Emir of Kano's place. Bello Metaima Yusuf, born in Gwaram, Jigawa State in 1947, was a Minister of Interior in 1981 and Minister of Commerce in 1982. You're watching the Global TV's news cycle, coming to you live from the Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across our social media platform using the Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your TV screen. We'll be back with more stories for you after the short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, the Still Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the news cycle from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. On a foreign scene, Burkina Faso military leaders have signed a deal with Russia to build a nuclear power plant to increase electricity supplies. It is the junta's latest move to align itself with Russia after falling out with most of its Western partners. The junta has turned to Russia for economic and military support since it seized power last year. Burkina Faso is one of the least electrified countries globally, with only 21% of people connected to power. The new deal with Russia, in a culmination of talks the Burkina Faso military ruler, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, had with Russia President Vladimir Putin in July during the Russia's African Summit in Moscow. Captain Traoré requested President Putin's support in setting up a nuclear power plant in Burkina Faso, which is said would help meet the country's energy demand and those of neighboring countries. As well, a man of Chisinau region stabbed to death a teacher and severely wounded two other adults Friday at a school in northeastern France, with prosecutors opening a probe into a suspected act of terror. The attack in the town of Arras comes with France, which has large Jewish and Muslim population, on high alert for security risks following the Hamas attack on Israel last weekend. A police source said the attacker, 20, who has not been named, from Russia, mainly Muslim Southern Caucasus region of Cheyenne, and was already on the French National Register known as FHS as a potential security threat. And now Nigeria business news, where the federal government has launched the 3MTT program as part of its plans to develop a total of 3 million technical talents in Nigeria by the year 2025. This was disclosed on Friday on the X handle of the Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy. The Ministry of Communications added that the 3MTT program is targeted at generating a pipeline of technical talent across all the states in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosu Tijani, had said that the program is a key part of the ministry's plan to achieve its objective of becoming a net exporter of talent and significantly grow out digital economy. He added that this will be in partnership with the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, as the Ministry of Communications designed the most optimal way to deliver technical training to future cohorts. Tijani said this in a unique opportunity to be part of a pioneer group of organizations and individuals in Nigeria's national digital transformation journey. And lastly, the Standard Organization of Nigeria, SON, has destroyed fake and substandard products worth several billion of naira in Lagos. Products destroyed are engine oil, electrical cables and substandard tires. However, speaking during the destruction of the products seized by the organization, the Director General of SON, Malam Farouk, disclosed that the organization was reviewing its act to ensure importers of life-threatening materials are jailed and not fined. According to Salim, peddlers of these items are economic saboteurs, and their activities sabotage our industry, people, and cause loss for individuals who are innocently buying these products. And that's it on Global TV News Cycle, coming to you live from the Nigeria's capital, Abuja. On StarTimes channel 276, kindly follow us across our social media platform using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your TV screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Judith Peters. Thank you so very much for watching.